Hi, I'm John Emmett here in Sandringham. Another windy day, but I think we've got the sound quality sorted. So Matt, really pleased to talk to you, and fantastic day. We lost yesterday, today 3 races. Only you and Phil, I believe, got 3 results in the top 10. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, a bit disappointing to have missed a day yesterday, especially because it looked like it was going to be a bit of a lighter wind day too. So it would have been nice to mix things up with that. But yeah,
I think you've got plenty of wind coming tomorrow, if that's what you're thinking.
yeah. I mean, it's good to get out there and do 3 races and at least catch up on one of those ones that we missed. So yeah, and have 3 solid results too is always pretty good. So yeah, hopefully sitting in a reasonable position going into tomorrow, and can put the hammer down in some big breeze tomorrow.
Yeah, and I think you're in a great position. Just explain to people at home how it works in terms of the qualification races and how it works with the finals, because this is when everything can change so much.
Yeah, exactly. I think because we've got three fleets in and 3 days of qualifying. That the points are usually quite close going into the final series. So yeah, obviously a day like today, things can change pretty rapidly. You can be leading the regatta and end up in 30th at the end of the day because the points are that close.
So I just explained. So we have 124 boats in this regatta. So that's 3 fleets of 41. We've got 42 in the Gold Fleet. So it's effectively triple points today. Does that make sense?
Yeah, basically, yeah. It means a lot to go out and have a good day today, and it obviously sets you up well when you've only got 1 day left as well to go and try fight for the World Championship.
And the fight is definitely on now. Can you just explain how the drops work? Because that's often how it's decided. Not the best results, but the worst result you have to count.
Yeah, exactly. I think Philip's got a pretty good drop at the moment. So I think we get to drop 1 from qualifying and 1 from finals if we get enough races in tomorrow, and then you could also drop 2 from the qualifying series if you're good enough to do that. But
I mean, that's the key thing, isn't it? There's only 1 drop from the finals. So if somebody has a bad result today, then the pressure's really on tomorrow. And yeah, I think Phil sailed really well. I did an interview before the regatta started. I think he was a bit disappointed with finding that consistency, and he seems to have found it here. Do you think it's anything particular?
Yeah, I mean, he always enjoys the breeze, and yeah, it's been a pretty breezy week. But yeah, he just seems to have turned it on. He can find every shift, and he's always up there soon after the start. So yeah, he's just sailing really well, and you can't just sort of have anything against him for that. So yeah, if he does end up winning tomorrow, then he definitely deserves it.
Yeah, I think off the top of my head, both Phil and JB have had a second at a Worlds. You've had a second at a Worlds. So yeah, there's a lot riding on this. And just looking at some of the younger sailors who are here, what advice would you have for those people who are thinking about campaigning for 2024?
Yeah, I mean, probably don't be disheartened by any results from this one. I think everyone that goes to their first Worlds gets absolutely hammered, and you walk away limping and feeling like you've had someone beat you with a stick all week. But yeah.
Welcome to laser sailing.
Yeah, basically, and everyone's on form. Obviously, it's a pretty important year for everyone that's at the top of the fleet. So
I mean, the Worlds, the Olympic year. I mean, most people must be sailing at their best. One of the things I've always thought, you've got a bigger fleet and possibly more quality here in some ways than the Olympics. What do you think about that?
Yeah, exactly. Like you said, there's 120 people competing here when we're going to have 36 at the Olympics. So it's a pretty big difference in numbers, and yeah, it sort of brings out a whole different style of sailing. I think that becomes important, and yeah, obviously the pressure of the games as well that comes in on that too. So
yeah, once every 4 years, you don't you don't have to well, yeah, it's going to be much harder, because how many Worlds have you done, and how many Olympics does everybody get to do in their career? So, I mean, what does the games mean to you?
Yeah, it obviously means a lot from many aspects. Obviously, it was a pretty tough trials with Tom, and to be able to win that and have the opportunity to go represent their country is a massive one. But obviously, going there to win a medal, and that's the main goal. So yeah, to take that opportunity with both hands and run with it.
And what will your preparation be after this Worlds? I guess most people will want a little bit of a break, but Palmer's just around the corner.
Yeah, exactly. I think there's no rest for the wicked in some sense. That straight back into it almost, and getting prepared to go to Europe, and a couple of big events in Europe before really sort of finishing things off in Tokyo.
Brilliant. Well, thanks very much for your time, Matt, and all the best tomorrow. I think laser, it's got to be one of the most competitive Olympic classes, and whoever wins, they've sailed very, very well.
Yes, most definitely. No,
Thank you.